G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 11 of my Lightning Eye of Reckoning Archon playthrough. Last episode we kind of got to the outskirts of the City of Malmouth. We didn't actually go in. This episode is going to be pretty much finishing off the Ashes of Malmouth expansion. But before we get there, there are a couple of quests back here in Devil's Crossing that we need to get rid of, mostly because I hate seeing them here. Okay, so first one here, we'll get a couple of components that don't really matter, and a lot of Devil's Crossing reputation. Also Homestead, but, you know, mostly the Devil's Crossing, I think. How are we doing for reputation for those guys? We're on Devil's Crossing, respected, kind of halfway to honored, okay. And then Homestead, I think we hit honored with Homestead last episode or the one before. So, that's all well and good. And then we also have Amala Torvin here, who is going to give us a lovely potion here. This potion is not that one. Don't drink that one. That one's probably unhealthy. The Tonic of Reshaping allows you to reset your attributes. So if I decided I didn't want 32 in physique, I wanted everything in spirit for more damage, I could use that potion. Generally want to hang on to those sorts of things. These potions, both of them, for when you get to level 100. So you can respec out of your leveling build and into your quote-unquote final build. The other thing I did buy when I logged in was a Spirit Bane ointment. I happened to check my good friend, the merchant in Homestead. Such a good friend, I'm blanking on his name, but you know the one I'm talking about, the potion vendor. You know what, I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go check him. Isaiah Redden, there we go. I happened to check him when I opened this particular game, and he had one. I'm here now, I'm going to check again. There we go. See? Pays off, and I'll take the scrap as well, why not? So, pretty much every time I come to Homestead, I do check him. Sometimes I'm going to miss it or forget, but these will be useful because we are going into a city that is overrun with ethereals. Now, we're actually going to fix that now that I'm talking about it. I need a... No, that's the wrong word. Aether Shard. No. Why am I... Okay, hang on. First things first, let's get the recipe. Okay, back to Devil's Crossing. I bet that's why I can't see it. It's because I didn't buy the recipe. Where are we? In Respected... Aether Soul... Where are you? Aether Soul. Yeah, I didn't buy it. Okay. So the only one I've bought is the Blade Swan Talisman, which we are using. So let's go through and buy all of these. So I want Aether Soul. Don't really need Gluttony, but I might need it for something else later. Let's grab all of these as well. So that's Devil's Crossing. Let's go do the same with the Rovers. So the Rovers, if you go to their respected tab, Mark of Mogdrogan, pretty good for run speed. Spectre, I probably won't need. Vengeful Wraith, you will need this in Elite, if you go to Elite, for a Devotion Shrine. There may also be one in Ultimate. I haven't done the Ultimate Shrines quite as much, but we're going to buy all of those. Then we go to Homestead, and we'll do the same here for... The, did we side with the Kaiman's idiots? I think we did. But we'll do the same for, yeah, Kaiman's Chosen. The ones that are important here, Blessed Steel, Blessed Whetstone, yes. Black Tallow is the more important one. So you definitely want to get your hands on that. Haunted Steel, sure. And the rest are fine. Up here to Homestead, this is costing a decent amount of bits. These are, you know, 10 to 20,000 each from memory. Hysteria, I don't think I'm going to need that, but I'm going to buy it anyway. All of these relics, and all of the components that you don't already have. So leathery hide. I don't think I've ever actually made a leathery hide, but I've certainly bought the blueprint enough. And the other thing I wanted to look at as well is getting my hands on a +1 belt. But I think that's going to be next episode. Alright, last one. we go and do the Black Legion. Now the ones you want here, Arcane Spark, Fortitude, Ballistic Plating, Oleron's Blood. Don't need the belt. Okay. There we go. Now, as I was saying, I want an Aether Soul. I'm not going to have enough Wrathstone. Yeah, I need 3 of those, which means I actually need a lot more of these. Okay, we can't go there. You know what? Let's actually just go and get them from the city that's infested with ethereals. Now, ideally I'd like to have 3% more Aether Res before I go down into the city full of ethereals, as in I want capped. But it's probably going to be fine with 3% under. In fact, I know it's going to be fine. It's completely fine. It's a complete non-issue, but I do like to have my resistances kind of as high as they can be for the damage types that I know I'm going to be taking. And for everything else, I want it pretty high. Bloodsworn Codex of Binding. Got some pet stuff coming up after this current pair of series, I think. Unless something happens to change my mind, I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing pets as the next series. It's been a while since I've done them, so go ahead and do that. Alright, we're also going to clean up all of the quests down here as well. And I forgot to grab it out of the bank, but we do have Dahlia, whatever her name is. We do have Dahla's family memento thing to give to her as well. Alright, so Aether Crystal, I'll take that. Chthonians, including a totem there, absolutely. Let's turn the loot off so I can see what's going on. And I'm going to kill these worm things first. For no apparent reason. Alright, what do we get? Glyph of the Wendigo... Glyph of the what? Okay. Yeah, I was going to say the Wendigus Ravigo, which is completely wrong. That's not even close. Well, I guess it's close. You swap the words around. Words are difficult, okay? Alright, and we are looking for our red portal to hell. This one here, I think you can have the treasure trove just in this little tent here. Maybe a different tent. I don't farm this area for treasure troves at all, so I could be in the wrong place, but there is definitely a treasure trove out here somewhere. It's just a matter of finding it. Similar sort of situation with the, well, I've already found it here, so I don't need to worry about the tap. But I will point it out, just because I enjoy it. So, this little body of water over here. Let's just go through here. This also might be the tent with the treasure trove in it sometimes. Alright, who we got here? Kelfat Edoth. Okay. Alright, yeah, so this little body of water here kind of looks like a gun, kind of looks like a Y, kind of looks like a tap if you're a little bit imaginative, you know, this part's the part you twist, here's the wall, water comes out here. The point is, when you find this little Y shape on the map, if you come to the end of it, you have this red circle. There's 3 of these red circles in this whole area, and this area is, quite frankly, huge. It's probably up to about there. Your mission is just to find one of those. Okay, so Cinder Wastes is not super scary, but it is definitely dangerous. How's my Chaos Res? Decent. Also, I don't have a lot of burst damage, and so killing the guy we're here for, Mandragos, may be a little difficult. I'm going to try just blowing him up and see how we go. It may be that I need to kill his friends first. His friends will both heal him. Nope, they're busy healing themselves. Okay, if you hit all 3 of them, they can't really do much about it. And Dravis' offering, this one here, this was the thing we were here to collect. So that's done. There is also Gabble Thune, I think his name is, in here, and obviously Treasure Trove. So I definitely want the Treasure Trove. Got a blueprint and a blue item out of that, that's not bad. Gabble Thune, however, I think it's Gabble Thune, pretty sure. Anyway, I'm gonna go find him. These guys here, that purple aura, look at my health. My total health, 6,500. And when I kill him, it goes back up to almost 8. That aura basically reduces your max health points. It's kind of annoying. Brings you down into one-shot territory if you're not careful. Where is this big winged idiot? He's probably right in the middle of the map next to the portal. Turtle shell leveling up, you love to see it. Where are we going? Definitely want to kill the Blood Keepers first. I'm pretty sure it's Blood Keeper specifically, but those big wormy things with legs, definitely, at least one type of them is a healer. Okay, Gabblethorn, you down here. He sometimes hangs out sort of in the middle here, near this portal. We've got a Mage Blood. Okay, we'll kill him. The other place he does sometimes hang out is over here on the right. Right near these Void Oppressors. These guys kind of hang out in this area, so if you ever need any of the medals they drop, they're in this area. Oh hey, there he is. So Gabblethorn, the Visage of Madness, decently dangerous. In spite of how easy that looked. I think I used a potion there, or if I didn't, I was thinking about it, so he can be a little rippy. Okay, next thing to do is to find the exit. The portal in the middle here, I did run past it. That will take you down to a second area, and doing the quest in there has, depending on what outcome you choose, you can actually invalidate one of the better strategies for farming reputation with the Witch Gods, so I tend to avoid it. The rewards for it is basically XP and a cultist chest piece, which I don't need it. So I'm just going to avoid that one, and we'll go kill things instead to get our XP. Okay, so this is another one of the red circles. One of them over here, see at the bottom of the Y. So one here, one here. The third one is going to be kind of here-ish. We have obviously done that part of the quest, and so we don't need to go back in there. I'm just checking for Aether Crystals. Doesn't look like there are any. Next thing to do is to run up the side here and find Dela. Dahlia? Dela? We'll find out in a second here. It is Dela. Okay. Now you can talk to her, but I'm just going to drop a personal rift right next to her, and we'll be back. I hate these things, just purely because you have to kill them twice. Alright, here we go. We're getting into Aether Crystal territory now. I think there's one over here, isn't it? Yeah, Aether Crystal, there we go, that's what I want. It's another Aether Crystal. I should be able to get probably 10 or so in this front area. I might have to do a little bit of, what's the word? Detouring, I guess. But if I'm specifically looking for crystals and I'm too high level for the Warden's Laboratory on Veteran and I haven't unlocked it on either Elite or Ultimate, we can definitely go for a little bit of a walk to get a few extras. There's one. Here's another one. And there's a few, if you're willing to wander around out the front here, there's a decent number of them available. And I am definitely willing to walk around out the front. I always say you can never have enough Aether Crystals. It's definitely true. There's a shard. I'll just run down this road. There's probably a couple on this road. There's one, there's two. Iron bits, that's not an Aether Crystal. I've been robbed. Alright, there's 3 more. No, I don't want shards. Don't give me shards, I want crystals. Also, I did just trigger the turtle and all my death saves and such by walking on the shiny green lightning ground, so keep that in mind. That's definitely something you want to avoid. Okay, next level we'll get a little bit more damage for our Raging Spirits here. And then we've got, what, 5 more levels until we get our exclusive skill. And that's going to bump up our damage a decent little bit. I don't think there's anything down this side here, but I'm going to check anyway. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, that's fine. One last thing I want to check, though. Nope, nope. I didn't think so, but also those sorts of little side areas that seem like they go nowhere. are good locations for hidden stuff. I was pretty sure there wasn't going to be one there, but I also haven't really checked it, so it's worth checking in my opinion. This place here, this house, is also really good for XP. Even if you don't find Venalius like I did, this place is always absolutely crawling with huge numbers of ethereals, and you can just go through and murder them all, and it's pretty good XP. Just based on how many are in here. Alright, I think that box has a lore note. Nope, just a regular box. Okay, that's fine. How are we doing for Aether Crystals? We got 2 shards, we got 10 crystals, okay. I should be able to make my Aether Soul now. And ideally I'd like to have 2, one on my amulet and one on my metal. Unfortunately, I think I need the resistances from one of the ward stones. So that's going to be impossible. There are also a couple of Aether Crystals over here, and then if you go through this building that I'm standing in front of, you can get over sort of this way, and there's a whole bunch more. Alright. Let's just head up the road here and get the Rift Gate, because I do want to go and craft that Aether Soul before I get too deep into the city. Got a regenerator there. Alright, he's made out of loot, he's made out of XP. Let's go kill him. Where'd he go? Did he reset? Where did my regenerator go? That's the second time in this episode I've been robbed. I swear I saw a regenerator boss there. Or a hero. Maybe I'm going crazy. I'll have to go check the footage, but I swear I saw the regenerator icon above one of those imps. Hey, free Aether Cluster. Alright, I'm not so upset anymore. Okay, coming through this little house here. I have skipped, actually, a couple of little bits here because I went to get the devotion point that I haven't spent. But here we go. We'll fight for this, we'll get the Rift Gate, and then I'll go back and grab all the stuff that I missed. Okay, there we go. Everybody's dead, I think. Yep, there's my quest update. What do we do now? I will absolutely go run through the sewers for you. No problem. Alright, so first thing I missed, well, I guess kind of the only thing in the city that I missed is down here in this gate. Actually, I guess it's not really a gate so much as it's like a sewer or cellar, maybe. Well, I guess it is. There we go. Burning cellar. Okay. It's a burning cellar. I don't see much in the way of fire, but it's what it's called. And what we're here for is just over here in the corner. This one here, the old lectern. Travis's letter. That's what we were here for. We can actually leave now, but I'm going to go and see if Turnox is home. There's also a really cool room that I'm going to point out when we get there. Also happens to be the room where Turnox lives, so that's convenient. So just across this wooden bridge just here is going to be Turnox's house. So Turnox lives here, and also a couple other places around in this area, but this is the one where I'm going to find him this time. So when you kill Turnox, he actually has his own MI. And there's usually a heroic chest here. Sometimes you'll get a slightly less impressive chest. But there is always a dynamite in here. And then there's also a bunch of, scrap piles. That could have been a dynamite. All these boxes and other scrap piles down here. There's another dynamite. There's a third one. I think the most I've ever got out of this room is 7 dynamite. But you can definitely get a lot of dynamite from that room. So if you do come in here, it's not a horrible idea to go over there and just see how many there is. A lot of the times you'll just get the 1. And usually you'll get 2, sometimes 3, and then it's pretty rare to get more than 3. But hey, it can happen, right? Alright, also got all of the quest items for Dela. Let's go ahead and find a blacksmith before we get too deep into it. So, back to Homestead. And I need to make sure that I don't delete my Rift Gate, which I probably will, because I need to go to Devil's Crossing as well. So, in the bank, give me that. Let's just go ahead and bank all that stuff as well. And then I need an Aether Soul, which I can't make, because I need Wrathstones. So 1, 2, 3 of those. And then Aether Soul. Okay. There's my Aether Soul, so I'm good. I don't think I want to keep any of this stuff. Almost certain that none of it's worth wearing. Okay, I'll take it back. Some of it is worth wearing. Tonox's stuff, no, we don't need any of that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, just sell the rest of this. Alright, there we go. That can go in the bank, that can go in the bank. Travis's letter. So we've got 3 items to give Dela now. Let's go back to Devil's Crossing. And I may have successfully not deleted my Rift Gate, which is incredibly strange for me, but, you know, it's a win, I'll take it. Okay, so to Dalit. Let's go ahead and keep the item here. I am deleting a Wardstone, which I don't love it, because Bleeding is now uncapped and Elemental is... Well, I wasn't expecting that to be uncapped, but here we are. Alright, there we go. So, Aether is now capped. The Aether Soul also gives us additional defensive ability and less damage from Ethereals and Aether Corruptions, which is why I would like to have 2 of them. Unfortunately, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to. I could probably get some more... You know what, let's go to Homestead. Homestead has... Oh, we're not revered, never mind. The reason I came here is because Homestead has an augment that gives fire and lightning resist. Unfortunately, well, fire and lightning resist as an augment, and then I could also use a frozen heart instead of that ectoplasm, and that would cap all 3. Like I said, unfortunately, we don't have enough reputation or the player levels to actually use this. There may be... We don't have augments on... any of our jewelry. Okay, okay, now we're talking. So if I just do ring here, what can we get? We can get armor. Okay, that's no good. What other options do we have? If I just do ring, here we go. Any resistances? Chaos res, okay. Elemental resistance goes on rings and amulets. I will take... I kind of want all 3 of those. You know what? You know what? I can't. Okay, let's see if there's... There we go. Yeah, you know what? I convinced myself that I could do that. Okay, alright, it's not happening. I guess we just do it the old-fashioned way. What does that mean? I don't know. We're just going to run around with 4% uncapped elemental. There is actually one more thing I want to check. I think Devil's Crossing has some bleeding. Is it pierce and bleeding, or is it poison and bleeding? I think it's poison and bleeding. Okay, they're at Honored, of course. And I'm not at Honored, so I can't use it. So all this running around was for nothing. Okay, that's fine. I didn't want it anyway. I could drop that that soul shard. Can I put anything on rings? What do you got? Ectoplasm rings. Not really anything good there. What else we got? Just chuck this stuff away while I'm here. Okay, for a ring. I think that's probably going to be the only resistances we got. Elemental damage. Excited there for a second. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get a Traveler's Mark of the Traveler on the boots, which brings our run speed up to actually nowhere near the cap, which is unfortunate. I think that's probably the best we're going to get. 4% doesn't seem like much, but going from 20% to 24% damage taken is actually like 20% additional damage from Elemental. So I don't love it, but we might just have to roll with it for a few levels. What's on my belt, actually? That's a lot of poison. That's what's on my belt. Okay.
I hope you're ready to write the next...
Yep. Okay, what now? Been there, found it. I did find this. I have some questions. I have something of yours. I'm sorry he's dead. Travis is dead too. Sorry about your entire family. The only thing not mentioned is her mother, who I think is back in Homestead. But she'll give us the Corpse Desecrator here. This is for the amulet from her father. This is for these quests around this area. And then this is for one of the other quests around here. Anyhow, we're done. So let's go ahead and get into the sewers. So we've got a little bit of a trek here, which is fine. Damage is kind of falling off. We do have new weapons coming at level 55. And by coming, I mean I need to go farm them. I'm also going to probably spend a bit of time farming a +1 to Oathkeeper skills belt with some good resistances on it. I looked at the... So Homestead has the +1 Shaman belt as a recipe, so you can craft them. And it comes with a lightning damage proc, just kind of by default, which is... it's okay, it's pretty good. The problem is, in Shaman, I have like, what, 4 skill points that I actually care about, and 5 total. So +1 to Shaman belt would give me 5 skill points. Whereas a +1 to Oathkeeper would give me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically 10, but I don't really care about those two, so... The +1 skill items are kind of not really relevant for this build, at least not yet. And, I don't know. They just seem like they're a lot of effort to get them for not a huge amount of gain. Alright, let's get through the sewers here. These little colourful worm thingies, if you just let them shoot at you while you try and fight other stuff, they can actually do a decent amount of damage. So I do try and get rid of them if I'm going to be fighting in the area. This little section here, we could also just completely ignore fighting anything and run through. Which is probably not a horrible idea. Because there's not a lot in the sewers that's actually interesting to fight. I say as I kill almost everything along the way. That's fine. So Galacruz is a kind of a side character, or a side area I should say, which I'm not going to do for this character. I don't need his chest. I do have skill points to spend though, and that means 1 point in Maelstrom. Okay, so basically this is another lightning damage proc that works for each of these individually, and we're going to be seeing a lot more lightning just in general now. So if I just wait, you're going to see all that lightning. So they have both the devotion proc, and also now they cast the lightning bolt themselves. So there's going to be a lot more lightning on the screen, which for a lightning build is pretty fun, in my opinion. That's the wrong way. Let's go back this way. Ah, yes. Welcome to Malmouth, the land of pathfinding issues. The city of pathfinding issues. Alright, we've made it. Hooray, everybody. So, we've been sent to help. Black Legion's on its way. Sounds like a start. Absolutely. I will make sure the bridge is lowered, and you give me your quest as well. Wagons? Yep, consider them dead. I mean, they're already... I mean, like, they're wagons. They're already dead, mate. Right. Vendor these. This is really, really, really important. Don't sell that. It'll be important later, rather. So let's just chuck that there. Alright, so the first place we have to head out to is the Candle District. And there's a few things out here to talk about. First one is Aether Crystals. Where are you? There you are. So Aether Crystals, lovely things to have. I do actually want to find or craft gear that's going to let me use another one of those on my amulet. Preferably before I get to Theoden. Now, it might not happen, and that's not ideal, but yeah, it may just not be a thing that I can do, and that's sort of okay. I don't love it, but it's okay. We also have to see about rescuing Old Mate. Here's a treasure trove. I actually didn't know it could spawn there, so that's fun. Ooh. Intestinus. Alright, so Old Mate up here. Someone Nico someone. I forget his name. He's not important. What's important is that he's gonna flip a coin and decide whether he lives or dies today. For some reason, he tends to come up with death a lot. Yep, he's chosen death today. There we go. We're gonna send the kids back to the sewers, because, you know, it's a safe place for kids. Though, to be fair, it's definitely safer than on the streets with these ethereal monstrosities running around. So there is that. Aether Shard. Yep, more Aether Shards, more better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've missed the first wagon, so I'm going to double back a little bit. Assuming I can figure out how walls work. There we go, is that a door? Tell me that's a door. No. Okay, I think I found the door. I swear that looked like a door. Alright, where is my other wagon? Game says I haven't killed it yet, so it's got to be around here somewhere, right? You know what? It might be on the street. Let's go check the street. There's a street that runs across the top of the map here, this one here. At the other end of it is a guaranteed dynamite spawn, and I'm hoping that's where our northern wagon is going to be as well. I hope it's the northern wagon and not the eastern wagon. It's looking like it might not be either of them. Yep, no wagon here. Okay, that's fine. Still gonna come through here for the crystal and the dynamite. And we've already found the treasure trove. If you didn't find yours though, it might be here. This is usually the one spot I check for a treasure trove. That's the one I mean, I come this way normally anyway. There's sometimes a wagon there as well, so... Wagons just seem like they're not here today. Let's grab the law note. Oh, here's the wagon, sorry. That's gonna be the eastern, yeah. So I have missed the northern one somewhere. I'll probably have to go back for that. But first, we're going to dig some extra loot from outside the map. So we've got these two hidden remains here. Or I guess it's a hidden remains and a rotting corpse. Empowered Vilescorn leggings. Those could be good. We would lose 2% Aether Res, which actually doesn't matter. We would lose 10% Chaos Res, which kind of doesn't matter. We'd lose 26% Bleeding Res, which really, really hurts. But there's not a lot of bleeding damage in this city. In fact, I'm struggling to come up with any bleeding damage in the city. Yeah, I'm not thinking of... Can't think of any bleeding damage at all in the City of Malmouth. Tempting. Very tempting. We'll see how we go. I'm definitely going to hang on to those. And we need to be... You know what? We'll come back. We'll come back. First, since we're over here, let's head back out to the outskirts, and we have to kill Bolag. Bolag happens to be right here, so let's go and rub our face on him. Dodge that first attack. Eat the second one, and the third one, and now he's dead. Star Fury Emerald. Okay, lightning and cold. We do get a shower of falling stars. Okay. Legendary amulet, level 65, 5 bloods, a squall. It's not super expensive. That arcane spark is going to be expensive. The rest of it is not massively expensive. Don't think I'm going to make it, but it is an option. Alright, across the bridge, we'll let the Black Legion in. We found survivors, okay. These guys are, I mean, technically we let them in, but they're just going to stay there on that bridge forever. If you come back here after you've completed everything, I'm pretty sure they're still sitting on the bridge. But hey, I don't tell them how to do their job. Right, we're back down onto the street here. This is going to be my southern wagon. Got it. There's my northern wagon, okay. So I am actually going to have to go all the way back around. By which I mean I'm heading back to the sewers, and I'm going to come back out the door that I came out the first time. I don't think I've done a totem yet, have I? Let's see if it's over here. Computer says no. However, may as well clear this out. This is not going to help at all. Is that Black Legion? Malmouth Resistance, yeah. So this is the Malmouth Resistance headquarters, I guess, here. This is going to be the Steelcap District Rift. We will unfortunately have to enter from the other door. Which, I mean, it's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. Let's go get that last wagon. I don't think it showed up on the map earlier, but it probably did and I just missed it. However, I know where it is now, so we'll head out there and collect it. Right. It's gonna be on this side. Still don't see it. It's gonna be over this side of the river, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, well, there's a bridge over the river just here. So now I am over the river, which means I can go down here. Kill these two. See, this has been a profitable trip. It's not at all a mistake, it's just, I meant to do that so as I would have a reason to come over here and kill those heroes. And we're just going to ignore the fact that I would have killed them if I'd got it the first time anyway. Here's my totem as well. It's the ancient one. Lovely. Well, let's see how we go. What do we got? Storm Touched and the Terror. And I think we get one more wave. Nope, that's it. Okay, Skytear Hat, Glyph of the Rising Phoenix, and a bunch of fodder for the merchants. Alright, so we got the Skytear Hat, which is lightning damage, a little bit of health, plus 2 to Raging Tempest is actually not bad, and this is an armor upgrade, although it is a Chaos Resistance downgrade in the helmet slot. I'm kind of tempted by this if I'm being honest. Let's chuck it on and see what happens. Bleeding's maxed. Poison, I'll just chuck that back on and that'll be capped again. Chaos is uncapped, but there shouldn't be too much chaos stuff in this area. +2 to Raging Tempest has gained us another 2% Elemental Resistance Shred, which is a decent chunk of extra damage. Losing 27% Chaos Res is kind of painful, though. Do I want to do this? I don't know is the answer. I think for now I'll leave that on. Need to resummon these boys again. And let's head back into the sewers. Got a couple of quests to turn in here. Captain Wilfer, okay, just doing my part. And now we'll talk to Inquisitor Creed. What do we got here? What's the plan? I'll join the attack. Okay. Now, I am considering putting points in here. I think, however, I think the Stormcaller's Pact has to be the first option. Although Oakskin is really good. Heart of the Wild is really good. Morgdrogan's Pact is really, really good. I think I just need to control my impulse to get more damage and instead go and get more more better stuff. We'll just see how that goes. If I can, oh hang on, I might need those pants as well. They were also a big upgrade in armor. Unfortunately, losing another 10% chaos res kinda hurts. No. We can have that as well. Here's the kids. Unfortunately, not with their friend who protected them out there in the dangerous Candle District, and then was cruelly slaughtered because he happened to say the wrong word. Actually, to be fair, he did attack us first. Okay. Loot's off. Let's go kill some ethereals. Starting with this sentinel. And now we more or less just kill a few waves. I think it's 4 or 5 waves. Not going to be particularly difficult. So we got Burning, we got Stormbolt. We got Agalgaraz. Agalgaraz? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Agalgaraz. One more wave. Nope, that's it. Alright, we're done. Eye of the Storm. Really, really good. Can I make that? No, I can't. I mean, I could go and farm Manticore Eyes. The problem is that we're getting our ability to dual wield from our current relic, so as much as I would absolutely love this relic to pieces, until I find another way to dual wield, my current relic has to stay. Alright, and I will breach the gates, sure, why not. So now friendly with the Malmouth Resistance, and I guess I can talk to Corinia. Who's going to send me to talk to the captain, who wants us to find their supplies. So we can definitely do that. Hopefully we won't get stuck on the stairs here. Okay. Alright, I don't care. I don't care. Yep. We are honored with the Black Legion. The first thing you need to do as soon as you see that message is go back to Homestead or Fort Icon, whichever you prefer, and buy yourself the writ. That one right there. Also do now have access to a couple more components, or blueprints rather, but I mean, we're not going to use them. Do I care about any of these? I don't think so, but yeah, no, nope. But this is very important. You absolutely must get that as soon as you can. Black Legion reputation is worth its weight in gold. I mean, it doesn't really weigh anything, so it's probably a bad turn of phrase. But you absolutely need to get that as soon as you can. Black Legion augments, once you have them to revered, are some of the best in the game. Got Mankind's Vigil and Kingsguard Powder. One of those is Aether and Chaos Resistance in an augment. The other one is Poison and Bleeding, I think? It's either Poison and Bleeding or Poison and Piercing. but both are good. I think it's poison piercing. Either way, to get both of those augments from one faction is really, really good. I am kind of skipping a lot of the loot here. I probably should pick it up, but also kind of don't want to. These guys here, these Ethereal Guardians, when you kill them, they will usually drop an Aether Shard. Sometimes they'll drop a cluster, which is kind of cool. I'm actually not sure if they can drop crystals, which is what I would like. Anyway, they drop stuff that I want, so definitely going to be killing them. So Ethereal Sentinel, another one. This one's a fancy one. Is he going to drop the weapon? No. They do also have an MI weapon, which is... do I have one? Yeah, this thing here. So this is a warped, flesh-warped core of Alacrity. I think there's two types, but I could be wrong about that. There's at least one. I want to say there's an elemental one as well. Don't quote me though, I'm probably wrong. Happens occasionally. I guess we'll pop the chest as well, why not? Pick up some rares to sell. These bombs, the Widow Devotion bombs, very, very unreliable. Flesh Warp Shard, yeah, there's the elemental one. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. I think they're only really relevant on large enemies that are not really moving, so really good for bosses. But for, you know, large groups of fast, small enemies. I see a lot of them left after the fight. Alright, so Vivian here. We're going to send Vivian back through the rift, and unfortunately, Richter here, he's going to choose to stay in the street and die. I can regenerate my health bar in seconds. I've got access to all manner of healing abilities. I could just respec a Wendigo totem, plant it right next to him. He'll get healed up. He can live. No, he's decided he wants to die in the street. That's fine. Okay, I mention just about every time I come through here that this corner is potentially quite dangerous. Let's see if we're going to find out why. Nope, not this time. So you can have, what's his name? Flesh Keeper, Flesh Shaper Heraxis, Flesh Warper Heraxis, Flesh something Heraxis. Can spawn here, and when he does spawn here, he brings a bunch of friends with him. So all this stuff that I've killed, plus another bunch of stuff to kill, plus a hero, and then you also have in this building a bunch of mages. Here they are. Bunch of mages that can come swarming out of here, and definitely more dangerous on ultimate difficulty than it is on veteran. But, yeah, more mages again. Oh, you can actually go out there. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and eat that as well. Yeah, so potentially quite a dangerous little corner. 2 Ethereal Sentinels is also kind of a little bit dangerous, but hey, 2 Aether Shards, pretty happy about that. Is Heraxis here? I think he is. Yeah, there he is. Fleshweaver Heraxis. So he actually only had a small group with him this time. All that goop on the floor though, all that Aether, that's gonna hurt. This little section here always has a dynamite. Get me out of there. There we go. So there's always a dynamite there, which is useful because there's a dynamite site right here. And inside that dynamite site is an Exalted Stash, which I am going to go hit. Just as soon as we get rid of all of this on the screen. There we go. We'll need to head in here later. So I think we may be a little short on time to be doing Black Iron Docks today. But I will definitely need to go in there at some point. Alright. This little section here is pain. So many pathing issues. Actually, this entire city. But, as Xantai said to me when I mentioned it last time, we don't talk about pathing issues and stairs. So the developer knows it's probably an issue with the engine that they can't fix. Kind of, it is what it is. One of those limitations you either have to just kind of ignore and play the game anyway, or go play a different game. At least that's what it seems like to me. I'm not a computer guy, so maybe it's easily fixable. Alright, here's Hiram. We're going to send him back to town. And we also need to go and fetch the other group. But before we do that, I like to drop a rift gate here, just at this side of the bridge. So you're going to come here anyway. So I drop a rift gate here. Let's go ahead and grab the resistance bomb. And, ooh, you need to die immediately, Mr. Arcanus. Got a lot of health, but not enough. Down he goes. Aether shard, lovely. Alright, we blow the gates off. Walk in like we own the place. And then rift back to the personal rift at the other side of the gate. Because there's or at the other side of the bridge, sorry. There's a few things over here we need to go collect. First, this Aether cluster. And then second, well, this wasn't going to be second, but you know what, it is now. We actually need to go back here. Because there is an Exalted Stash at the back here. Shadow Grasp, not particularly amazing. I mean, I'll take it, don't get me wrong. But it's not really what I'm looking for. Okay, and we have one more thing to get over here. I guess two, because I'm pretty sure this has a lore note. Nope. I think I'm 0 for 2 on lore note guesses this time. Not doing well today. Alright, but the other thing I need to do is, you can see it on the map there, those two blue dots. We need to go talk to them. Very conveniently, hiding in plain sight. Okay. Open rift gate for them. And we are pretty much done here. So, let's head back to the Steelcap district. And we're going to talk to, well, everybody. So Captain Wilfor is going to be happy we got his supplies. Corinia is going to be happy that we... Okay, that's an interesting way of putting it, sure. Damsels rescued, murder weapons acquired, and we just have to go back to Crown Hill. However, I am out of time for today, unfortunately, so I'm going to end the episode here. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.